In this example, we're going to take a look at combining direct variation and inverse variation into one problem in order to solve one of those two-step problems we've done in some previous videos. So to begin, let's start with writing our equation, our model for this situation. So I'll start with S equals. And it tells me that S varies directly. There's my first key phrase with X. So varies directly is when we had multiplied before, so we'll have S equals A, our constant of variation, times X. However, this time we're also varying inversely with y, so the same equation, the varies inversely part, will be divided by y. So there's the model that I'll use to find my answer to this question. So step one of the problem then, part one, is they'll give you some numbers to plug in, hopefully everything besides a, so that we can find out what a, our constant of variation, is. So let's go ahead and plug those numbers into our model. So s is negative 12, a is a, of course, x they tell me is 1/2, and then y is 1/4. So let's go ahead and simplify this and then find what a is. So I'll use a calculator if I need to divide this part right here. When I do a half divided by a fourth, I find out that that's equal to 2. So I have negative 12 equals 2 times a. And then dividing both sides by 2, I find out that a must be equal to negative 6. So my constant of variation for this problem is a is equal to negative 6. So I can use that back up here to write my equation. Sometimes they ask you for the equation. So I would know that s equals negative 6 times x, and then divided by y. Oops, let's make that a better looking y so it doesn't look like a 4. So there's my model with the constant of variation figured out. Well, part two of this question now says, let's use this to find another value. So this time they'll give me a couple more values, and they asked me to find s in this case. So, and they could ask you to find anything s, x, or y. So s, we want to know, would be equal to negative 6 times the x value of negative 3 over here. And this time they've changed the y to an 8. So let's go ahead and simplify this and find out what s is in this scenario. So if I multiply that together, I'll get 18 divided by 8. Which then I could go ahead and simplify or get a decimal, I suppose. But if I simplify this and divide both the top and bottom by 2, I find out that s is equal to 9/4.